What up, though, y'all? It's your boy Bill. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't know already, I'm about to tell y'all the story about why a minister with his own church was just facing 45 years in prison, but they ended up giving him 11 years and 10 months. Now, bro, it's kind of sad, bro, because it's like, we know this is a wicked world we live in and we can't really trust nobody, blase, squaze. Yeah, I already know that. I understand all that. But when it comes down to people of the church, bro, your pastor, your minister, your deacon, even your ushers, you feel like, those is people that you could trust. You know what I'm saying? Those is people that's going to be straight up with you. These is people of the Most High, people of God. You know what I'm saying? So it's a sad story, bro, about what was going on with this man. But let's jump right into it.
I have so much hate for you, Sean.
So I can't let all the videos play all the way through. I got to stop and talk in between them so I can use it as fair use and don't get hit with an infringement. So in Lucas County, Ohio, this 41-year-old funeral director, well, at least he said he was a funeral director. But this 41-year-old minister named Shante Harden was charged with 37 felonies, but was only convicted of 31, which was 8 counts of representation of a funeral director while unlicensed, 6 counts of abuse of a corpse, 4 counts of passing bad checks, 3 counts of failure to file taxes, 3 counts of tampering with records, 2 counts of theft, 2 counts of telecommunications fraud, 1 count of engaging in a pattern of corrupt activity, 1 count of operating an unlicensed funeral home, and 1 count of possessing criminal records. Now, dude said in the court that he been working in the funeral home since he was 12 years old, and he tried to say he briefly studied at a Pittsburgh Monterey school, but he was asked to unenroll without finishing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say that because then it brings up a question, why the hell was you asked to unenroll? Like, what did you have going on? And when he was 20 years old, he did 80 days in prison for unauthorized vehicle use. But check this out, though. In 2014, Hardin applied for a funeral home license. His application was denied because it was incomplete. So he being undeterred, he took jobs at a whole bunch of different funeral homes where he transported bodies and, from time to time assisted with preparation. And as a senior pastor at a Baptist church, like when his members of his congregation family had died, whatever, he offered them inexpensive funeral service providers and stuff. He used to call himself a funeral guide rather than a funeral director. This picture you see on the screen is the cremains of 89 people. A lady that identified herself as an urban explorer was taking pictures of the old vacant church. She realized the door was open or unlocked or however she did it. She went inside, seen this, took pictures, called the police. They did an investigation, got a search warrant, and this is the cremains of 89 people just stacked up and thrown around any kind of way. Now, here go the kicker to it, the twist to it. Let me know what y'all think about this. Now, Hardin said that those cremains was already in there from the previous pastor before him that had already died. And in Ohio, according to the law, there are no rules in Ohio that states where cremains can be stored, and funeral directors are not required to tell the state if they have cremains. So basically the law saying, you could do whatever. You could put them anywhere. It ain't no rules on where they can be stored. So if you want to stack them up and throw them all around, however you want to do it, that's not against the law. So that's kind of crazy. What really even made them start looking at him in December 2018, Toledo police started an investigation after a transport driver for the Lucas County coroner who had delivered a body at a building connected with Hardin alerted the police to reports saying that the bodies was being stored improperly when he took them there. So that's what really made them like, all right, let's see what this dude got going on. Investigators discovered at least a dozen complaints filed against Hardin with the Ohio Board of Embalmers and Funeral Directors. It's so crazy, bro. It say one complaint says a body was so decomposed, the skin was actually slipping off and mothballs were used to help eliminate the odor. Then somebody else in a whole different complaint says a worker at a cemetery in Akron got sick They say they literally got sick after Hardin showed up in an old rusty van with a body for burial that had a pronounced smell of decomposition. And what that means is like rotten. Like you smell rotten meat, like something just rotten, like make you sick. That's what the body smelled like. Now I know some people probably think, well, it's a dead body. What you expect it to smell like? No, bro. It's something that they do in the funeral home before they even get to where they coming with the body to keep that from happening. Now I ain't been to all the funerals in the world, but I have been to a few in my life, and I ain't never smelled nothing smelling like rotten. And a funeral, a few of them I've been to actually was open casket where we walk up on our family member and look, get one last look in. And I never smelled nothing rotten, stinking, none of that, because it's stuff that they do, to prevent that.
Both
so
personally and professionally. But I was always doing my best to help where they asked me to.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, my boy. Don't nobody want to hear that, especially not after these people seeing their family or hearing what's going on with their family member. I'm going to give you a little backstory on Carole King before I let you hear what she had to say. She grew up with Shantae Hardin. She said he always wanted to be a mortician. Every time they play hide and go seek, he'd be like, let's play funeral home. They seen him do funerals for other people, so they trusted him. But when her 58-year-old sister died in 2021, they let him perform the funeral. They thought she was cremated, waiting on their ashes. And a month later, an investigator contacted her about the discovery of the sister body in his church. She said she was in disbelief. She told the investigators, y'all must got the wrong person, because my sister cremated. I'm about to get my ashes soon. So let's hear what Ms. Carole King had to say about the condition of her sister body or whatever.
A month after her funeral, her sister's body was found at Hardin's business.
And I go see my baby in a box, foaming at the mouth with green on her skin, turning green.
The lady say Shantae Hardin was like family to her. They grew up together. That's why she trusted him.
I am a mental health specialist, and I can't get my own mental health in check. I can't help my clients without seeing my sister's face.
The way he got locked up, Ohio State Highway Patrol officer stopped the vehicle for a traffic violation, and when he realized Shantae Hardin was the passenger whom had a warrant for his arrest, that's when he took him into custody. Here go a couple more complaints. In 2018, a family paid Hardin $3,450 for handling funeral arrangements, but was never provided with receipts or death certificates. They reported that the body arrived at the church for the funeral in a dirty, beat-up station wagon, and two dudes in white painter's clothes and paint all over them removed the body. In 2019, Hardin showed up at a cemetery in an old, rusty van for an indigent burial of a body that smelled of decomposition. The deceased expired 33 days earlier. Hardin's check for his burial came back unable to find account. 2019, a lady paid Hardin $4,700 to provide funeral services for her son who died on May 6th. The burial planned for May 14th actually took place on May 16th, and the casket wouldn't fit in the vault. The mother also learned that the cemetery where her son was buried was suing Hardin and said that he wasn't even a licensed embalmer. In 2020, an agent following up on a tip that Hardin was conducting a funeral service found a stolen Penske van at Hardin's church, and an acquaintance of Hardin was charged with the theft. So his trial began on July 11, 2022. The prosecution opened with a statement about Hardin's lack of respect and dignity and mistreatment of the bodies. The defense argued that Hardin was simply trying to help low-income families have a proper funeral at a low cost and didn't commit any crimes or misrepresent himself as a funeral director. But, of course, all the people that paid him saying he did say he was a funeral director, they saying he said it, he saying he didn't say it. On August 5th is when Shantae Hardin was actually found guilty on only 31 of the 37 charges. 1 count of engaging in a pattern of corrupt activity, 3 counts of tampering with evidence, 2 counts of telecommunication fraud, 1 count of operating an unlicensed funeral home, 1 count of possession of criminal tools, 6 counts of abuse of a corpse, 8 counts of representation of a funeral director while unlicensed, 4 counts of passing bad checks, 2 counts of theft, 3 counts of failure to file taxes. So yesterday, August 26, 2022, he was sentenced to 11 years and 10 months in prison.
Just let me bash him in the face. Please, Your Honor.
And
Y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. You know, he say he was trying to help out the low-income people that couldn't afford a real big funeral, you know, and he was just working with what he had, and other people wasn't feeling that. So y'all let me know. Do y'all think dude was wrong or right? Or, you know, how would you feel in such a situation? Now, the big question, is they going to get on his ass for this in the prison? I can't speak for Ohio because I've never been there. I don't know how that works. But in Georgia, to be honest, no. Be all the way 100 with you. No, they wouldn't do nothing to him. It's people in there with a whole bunch of crazy crimes done did all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The only people that really catch hell sometimes is sex offenders. And then sometimes they let them slide. So something like this, I know they wouldn't. You might even have some people try to like get them to come, like recruit them with them. Some people might actually find it funny or something like that in the Georgia prison. You know, they messed up in the head for real. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Bill. I'm out of here.